Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, to the games. And I remember that I had this gameplay of the Conqueror this was probably 3 weeks ago. And it was about the same time that I got my other Conqueror video that is up on the channel that was kind of displaying like my first impressions of it and how pretty pretty strong the HE is. And I said in that video, I was like, I have a much more interesting Conqueror video that is just a little bit more fun, a lot more use of the AP, and I guess this is a great game to actually display how good the AP on the ship is. You still have one heck of a broadside with this AP. It's like 419mm guns. You have 12 of them. As you see, I'm looking at my Yudachi. I'm very scared every time I see a friendly Yudachi on our team because usually doesn't bode well for how the match is going to go. Had the AP loaded here, even though the HE is really good in this ship, I am trying to force myself to shoot AP at least for the first salvo or two, because I want to catch, this is when you catch a lot of people trying to position. I get a broadside shot at this Kutuzov here, and Kutuzov is a ship that is not going to be a lot of fun for me to face. As you saw in the team, there's 2 enemy Kutuzovs, a Wichita, and 2 Clevelands. The Conqueror does not fare well under heavy sustained HE spam. It has a fantastic heal, but the armor means that you're going to be taking, and honestly the superstructure is absolutely massive. Your heal is fine. You can tank a lot of damage. I'll take a blind fire shot at that Kutuzov because, I need to get that guy dead. I decided to take the blind fire shot just because I was desperate to kill him. Only get a Citadel. So, yeah, the heal is perfectly fine, but the heal isn't very good in terms of its reload. You have a long time in between reloads for the heal, and you only have 74,000 health. So if you are stuck without a heal and under fire from a Kutuzov and 2 Clevelands, no matter how good your heal is, you're not going to last very long. So I was playing it a little bit cautious this game because I knew if I overextended and I got inside the arcs of all of those ships, as you can see, the Kutuzov's already trying to spam me down, I was going to be in a lot of hurt. And as you see, the Fletcher's coming around here. The Fletcher versus our Yudachi almost never ends in a positive note for any Yudachi if the Yudachi cannot disengage here. As you see, our Yudachi is running no sort of health increase, aka Sims or whatever, as a inspiration. So I think that guy is working with like 11,000 HP, and for a Fletcher, that is really not that difficult to shave off. And you see I took a pretty big chunk from that Kurfürst there, but we still get to lob shots at this Fletcher, even though the Kurfürst is hitting me for some big damage here. My biggest choice here, or my best play, I would say, would be the Fletcher, and I think I screw up here. He's going to beach again, and I wait just 1 second too long, and I should have just pulled the trigger. I should have shot a little bit more to the left and a little bit up because he was beached, and I shot where I last spotted him. So we unfortunately missed that salvo on the killing shot on the Fletcher, but he has very low health, and that is going to come in very handy later on. The Kurfürst is way overextended and gets killed. So every time I try to play this map, I want to come around this, especially in this spawn. If I was in a cruiser, something that spams HE or whatever, I would be hiding behind that island like our friendly cruiser is. It's a perfect island to sit behind as a cruiser. And if I'm a battleship, I don't really want to sit where the spawn is. I want to get some sort of angles, because if you're sitting where the spawn sits on this side, unless the enemy team just goes super far out broadside, you're not going to get the best angles. So if I'm out here, you see this Yamato's angled towards me, but he's not angled towards my support. So at least somebody has angles on this guy, and this is actually where I take a bit of a risk here. I really don't want to have a balancing fight against this Yamato. I really would prefer to have all my guns firing and sort of in a hiding position if I had to disengage. I really don't want to get into a closer engagement with a Yamato, even no matter what health he is, because Yamato can definitely shred at your armor here, and I believe he gets a pretty nice shot here. No, he actually misses. I got really lucky there. If he would have shot, anywhere and hit me, you can kiss 10, 15k goodbye. And now we're in a pretty strong spot. HE is very strong. Obviously, I load the AP because if he's going to show broadside like that, then, I might as well. But I decide to kind of turn away here and start turning my guns. The turret traverse for Conqueror is very, very slow. If you're running no sort of buffs, it's, I think, 52 seconds. And as you see there, the Yamato just hit me on every part of the ship at a stern angle, and he hit like one shell every couple seconds, but every shell hit for 5 grand. So I just lost 20 grand from that one Yamato shot, and now I have 3 heals, but AP damage is a lot more difficult to heal than HE damage is. So I need to pop a heal soon. I think I do. I should pop a heal here, because if I don't pop a heal here and I let it get too low, I'm not going to be able to use the next 2 heals to their fullest extent, and I'm going to need that health later on down the road. Now, since the big threat of the Yamato is gone, the biggest thing that we have to worry about is obviously there is still a Fletcher out here, and there is 2 Clevelands right behind the island, and I've been spotted this entire time. My Itachi has been playing somewhat back, and I don't necessarily blame him too much because there are 2 Clevelands behind those islands, and I'm kind of surveying my support, and I was like, you know what, like, I am probably being torped right about now by the Fletcher, and having a DD kind of target you when your friendly DD is doing nothing in terms of trying to maybe outspot that guy is kind of, kind of sucks. But I wanted to push here. I was waiting to see where this Cleveland was going to go. With propulsion mod, cruisers can dodge pretty well in stationary shots like that. I believe I'm actually running Big 7. I am running Big 7 in this game, so my penetration for my HE and my AP are actually minus 15%, which is not the best for battleships, but for cruisers it's amazing. And these large caliber guns that the Conqueror has and the amount of them is perfect for shredding cruisers. I decide to hold off on the fire. Look at the fire coming. I really wanted to shoot there and take the chance of killing that Fletcher, but if I miss and that Fletcher is still alive, he will spot me because my detection from smoke firing penalty will be shown, and then that means I am the juiciest target for 2 Clevelands to start raining absolute hell upon me. And I think this somewhat lulls this Fletcher into thinking that we're just not here, but I still want to kill these Clevelands, and they're both just, I honestly had no idea what to shoot here, because I was like, what in God's name is going on over there? Fletcher peeks out. I'm not sure how he got spotted. I think he was trying to maybe get spots on me, which is kind of dangerous. If I was, focusing the Fletcher, I probably could have taken a shot there. But we do have I believe it's a Kutuzov next to me, to the right there. And luckily, he takes him out. And as you can see, the amount of damage that I'm taking is a lot. It is a lot of damage, even if I'm running some sort of fire perk that negates a lot of my damage from fire. The damage is going to stack, and it's crazy. I decided to not use the damage con for the double fire. Knowing that there's 2 Clevelands, they're almost guaranteed to get 2 more on me. So, unfortunately, I have to hold it here, and I can use a heal. Because the heal is so good, I can out-heal 2 fires and still keep some health, so I decided to go that route. I got a cheeky Citadel, that first salvo on that. Or that last salvo on the Cleveland, and got a kind of a weird angle on that guy. So now we're down to 1 Cleveland. The game is actually not going too well in our favor here, but there's a Wichita. We can overmatch Wichita, which is great. the other flank has just collapsed. We do not have a ton of health. We only have one heal left. A Wichita, Cleveland, and a Kutuzov can do a lot of damage to us in terms of HE damage. We overpin 6 times, and as you can see, doesn't light any fires, but one salvo from the Cleveland takes, you know, almost 4,000 health. And I do not have a heal for the next 40 seconds, so if I'm spotted here and these guys focus me down, they can almost easily shred, you know, 15k from me. Like, it's, even without fire, it's just the raw HE damage. They could definitely take me down. Take the shot on the Kutuzov, get more overpins, find the Cleveland. Luckily, this is where the Kutuzov comes in big here. The Kutuzov is shooting AP, and the Cleveland has great AP as well, but it seems like his luck is running out, and I'm trying to hold my fire here because I am spotted, and I'm like, man, I don't want to take this shot on the Cleveland. I was hoping that the other guy would kill him, but we ended up having to take a shot there. I only shoot 2 turrets because I'm expecting there to be the other 2 cruisers in the middle, like right here. You see we got really low. We probably around like, what, 3k health there, and we're healing, but we're keeping this damage con because I know the next 2 cruisers can easily set fires on me, and if I get a perma-fire after their HE alpha damage and until I kill them, I could definitely be dead. The Wichita is... Wait, I think I do something nasty here. I think I actually get a Citadel here. Do I? I do get a Citadel. Playing it patiently, the Kutuzov is now in a spot to... He's not in the best spot ever, but, you know, I didn't use my damage con. I have a full damage con ready in 10 seconds, and I still have 20k health, so... For me personally, this was a great game in holding off on burning the damage cons, and as you can see, our other guy over there is actually doing some work. I believe, I haven't glanced up at that. Yeah, there we go, he kills him. The Alaska secures the Kerr first, and I know there has to be torpedoes coming in through here because the Kutuzov has 8-kilometer torpedoes, 5 on each side, so it's a pretty deadly spread of torps there, but we do have a damage con. That's not going to kill us. We get the kill. This was a much more satisfying game in the Conqueror. Obviously, the HE is very strong, but the AP is actually still really good. And this shows how strong it can be, but also how weak it can be versus a lot of spamming ships because it has a great heal, but under sustained fire, it will melt just like anything else. Alright guys, that's it for the game. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Peace.